Should congratulate you on another NCAA appearance. Since we taped our last show last year, you went back to the NCAA tournament, played a tough UCLA team down to the wire, and congratulations on doing that. I know that's kind of what you strive for each year, and you've done it in back-to-back years.
Well, thanks, Keith. And we had a wet summer, but they've worked like the devil over there at Hilton, and the staff and the university staff has done a fantastic job. And we're going to be back in the locker room, I think, within the week, and they're going to get everything finished up here as quickly as they can, and they've really gotten on it now. And that's been a tremendous, unbelievable thing what happened there this summer. So it hasn't affected our team any, so we're happy about that.
And what happened over the summer, I'm sure that once again showed you how terrific people in Iowa can be and how they just help one another out. I'm sure that must have made you very proud.
Oh, yes, and now we're selling the floor. You know, and I think, I'm not exactly sure, so I shouldn't say, but I think half of that money is going to flood victims, the other half going to the Iowa Center there. But we're selling that. We still have a lot of pieces to go, but we sold an awful lot of them, and it's been a great fundraiser, and I think we're going to make quite a bit of money.
Well, there's a new floor in Hilton Coliseum, but I can tell you this, it doesn't look like any of the magic left Hilton when the floor left, because it seemed against Creighton that new floor is working just fine.
Well, it was all right. I think the baskets were good, too. So
yeah, everything was good.
We were happy one night anyhow, Keith.
We're going to take a look at some exhibition highlights. You played the Central Army Club of Russia and also Marathon Oil. And here we go with the Central Army Club from Russia. Tom Jackson.
They did a pretty good job, and you see there, Freddie's gotten a lot stronger. That guy really fouled him. There's one of our new players, Jason Kimbrough, with a great pass.
These guys can dish it, can't they?
I think he and J.C. Holloway, it's early in the season, but they're doing a good job getting it into our players. And we're moving it inside out, and we're doing the things you have to do right now. And from this game to the next game, we improved tremendously. James Hamilton here is very quick. He's given us a lift, rebounding defensively, and I think he's going to score. And so we're going to be good as Donnell Bivens, and he was hurt. Now he'll be back here playing a little more now. But see, we really moved that ball around. Great. That's J.C. Holloway. Did a good job. We struggled in this game, but it was the first game, and that's why those exhibitions are good. You get them out of the way, you know, and see what your team does. See, Hamilton's quick, and he's 6'6". That's a help too. Eulo's passing, and Lauren's stronger. We'll just have to wait till the competition gets better, and it's going to get better against you and I. So it's going to be a tough week for us.
Just see good ball movement all night from this team. It seems like everybody's looking to pass first.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing now. We don't take many bad shots, and we really look to throw the ball inside more than we ever have. So, but the guys playing inside, Eulo, look at that, has a great pass from Eulo. The guys playing inside are playing better, so they should have the ball more. There's Jason Kimbrough. He's quick, and so far has held up well. He and JC, we just have to wait. I would say another 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be able to tell you. Eulo's starting to shoot the ball outside, and that's a good feeling too. There, see, makes a good play. Hurl beats him. Whoa, that guy shoved Hurl. He made the bucket.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, he made the bucket. Hurl's playing much better. There's another great pass from Jason to change that. It was a great pass. That was Clarence Hill.
Right, that was Hill. 114-78, your final score. Total domination of Marathon Oil. So as you can see, kind of a different look Cyclones. What can the fans look for this year from the guards? Of course, you've moved Hoiberg over to Justice Thigpen's old spot, and you got a couple of point guards that you mentioned, Kimbrough and Holloway, both true freshmen. Now, what kind of things are they going to do differently than, say, Bayless and Thigpen?
Well, Bayless and Thigpen were great players. You know, they were great offensive players as well as defensive players. I think Ron Bayless is the greatest defensive player I've ever coached. And now these players, I think they're going to develop into good defensive players. They are. Their primary job is to run the offense and not lose that ball or turn it away and turn it over and get it into our big men, Keith. Get it in there to Lauren and to Eulo and James and to Freddie. And they've done a good job in these first 3 games. Hope they'll do it in the next 27.
And Ron Bayless is staying around a little bit, isn't he? Helping these guys learn how to play that defense that he was so good at.
You know, he comes over to practice and shoots with them and talks with him and just being around and, you know, and showing him things that he did and how he do it. And I think guarding an individual, they can do it very well. You know, they do a good job. They can really, you don't get by them very often or anything because they're extremely quick. But the helping out and that sort of thing is the most difficult part they're having.
We're going to take a break here on the Johnny Orr Show, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the Creighton highlights, and my goodness, Iowa State starts strong.
Oof.
Well, Cyclones won both the exhibitions, kind of as expected. Usually teams win their exhibitions, although if you're playing that Australian team this year, you may not win your exhibitions. Both
Okay, keep away from those guys.
Oh, Kansas and Kentucky lost to the Australian team, two of the top 5 teams in the country. But, Coach, I think it's been a few years here at following the Cyclones since we went into a season really not knowing what to expect from the first game. I mean, I've followed the Cyclones closely, and going into that game against Creighton, I really didn't know what to expect from this team. They hadn't really shown a lot of fire in the exhibition games. What were you concerned about as you took the court?
Well, I was concerned certainly with the way they'd been playing. We had to become more aggressive, I said, and shoot free throws better, and had to rebound better. We did all those things in the first game. Defensively, the first half we were very, very good. Second half we kind of let down a little bit, but when you're a long way ahead like that, it's hard to do. We tried to get them to come out and play the same way, but we couldn't get it to happen. We probably won't be ahead like that again, probably all year, but I think the biggest thing was to come out and play together and play hard, and I think we did that.
Well, the 3 concerns you hear most from Cyclone fans, probably how will Fred Hoiberg adjust to being moved to guard, how much will Lauren Meyer improve, and how will the new point guards look in the Cyclone offense? And I think as we look at the highlights here, you'll see, at least in this game, all 3 of those questions answered very positively from the Cyclone point of view.
That's big-time basket by Fred, and Creighton is generally aggressive, and we told him that, and with Freddie, he just really took it to him. See there, we passed that ball, gave Freddie, and he bombed that 3-pointer right there. Here's JC, look at that pass. Hits Lauren on the break. Lauren's running the floor and makes a great pass to him.
He runs the floor as well as anyone for a big man.
Inside to him, picks it up, boom. Earl Beacham hit him in there.
Here comes a sequence I think you're really going to like, Coach.
Oh, boy, yeah, I'll tell you what. He blocks the shot. Now watch. He'll go down there. Well, he didn't get it there. But he's going to dunk it and then go back. There, Yulo, bang. And that's good. Yulo hasn't been shooting quite as well, but he got it going last night.
Now there's Lauren just playing the middle tough.
Great pass. And Freddie's very quick, so you just run right away from that guy. Freddie started out having trouble. There's Hurl Beacham. We set him up on that play, and bing, he knocked it right in. That's good, because all Hurl needs is a little confidence, you know, and then he'll be off and running, I think. That's Derek Hayes, and he's a freshman. He's a good one. There's Jason Kimbrough. He's a freshman. Don't think our guards can't shoot. Here's a great pass. Great, knocked that ball away right before the half. We really did a good job on that.
57-20 at the half. I don't think anybody expected that kind of score.
You know, when I came here, Creighton used to dominate us, Coach. We had a hard time beating them.
I believe they've won more games at Hilton than any team against you, haven't they?
Yeah. Right. There, Lauren. Now, here, he dunks it. Now they're going to go, and I think here he goes down the floor, and he's going to block it. Well, we didn't get it. He blocked a shot here somewhere. Boy, see, he's much more aggressive now, and he's on balance. He's much stronger. Cross-court pass, we work on that all the time. Inside, see, throw right inside.
Look at the ball movement,
right to
Coach.
him again. There's Mark Carlson, who's really come on for us. And we feel confident he can spell Lauren at times now. He's really come on. Bing, there's a little 3-pointer by Joe Moderman. Joe has gotten me, he was sick for about a week, too. You don't understand when they get sick, you know, for a few days or something. It takes a long time to get back. And we've had 5 or 6 of them been injured, been out for 5 or 6 days. And last night we had them already better than we've had them any time.
107-63, your final score. And Fred Hoiberg was in a little bit of a shooting slump in practice, and he said Coach Steve Krafsison helped break him out of the slump.
Yeah, I think Fred was hurrying his shots a little, and it bothered him. I think a little pressure on him, you know, telling him take justice plays. That'd be a pressure on anybody.
Sure.
And tell him to shoot anytime he feels like it and so forth. And I think when he misses, you know, he got to feeling badly and he was having a tough time. But here in the last week, he's really found the range, and I think you'll see some night he'll make 5 or 6 of those. Okay.
And now, here's Johnny.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
All right, Keith, all right. How about that?
I like that. I like that a lot. Welcome to the Johnny Orr Show. As you've just seen and heard, we have a live studio audience here for the first time ever. Coach, what do you think about this?
Well, I think it's great. I think it's wonderful, wonderful looking people. I was at Drake the other night, they didn't look so good. Great looking people and great fans, great Cyclones.
Well, I think we're going to have fun taping the show here this evening in front of the live studio audience, but probably what's on everybody's mind, it's on my mind too. Coach, you have 2 down and 1 to go in the championship of Iowa.
Yeah.
But that one is a big one. It's against Iowa. What are your thoughts here a couple of days ahead of the game?
Well, it's a big game, and it's always a big fans game, Keith, you know. Everybody's excited about it, and we're excited. My team is excited. They were kind of down today, but tomorrow they'll perk it up a little bit, and on Saturday, hopefully, be ready to go. And anybody that tells you the Iowa State basketball game isn't a big game, they're crazy, because it's a big game. There's going to be other great games. You know, whenever Kansas comes, or Nebraska, Missouri, Oklahoma, those are all great games. But this is early in the year, and it's a tremendous game for the fans in the state of Iowa.
We're going to talk more about Iowa later on in this program, but Coach, first we want to talk about Northern Iowa. Now, going into this game, you said that Northern Iowa was better than most people expected. You kept saying that Eldon Miller's team was better than I think most people thought it was, and I think you were probably proven right. He's got a pretty good team there. What were your thoughts going in? Were you worried?
Oh, sure, you're always worried, you know, and the biggest problem you have there is getting your team up to play Northern Iowa, and regardless of what people think or anything like that, your players, it's still Northern Iowa to them, and it's not like Iowa. And Eldon does a great job. They're fundamentally sound. They're big and strong, and they give us a heck of a game. In fact, we're very lucky coming out of the game like we did strongly in the second half and win the game.
We'll show you just what Johnny Orr is talking about here as we take a look at the highlights from the Northern Iowa game. We're going to start out with a 3-pointer from Yulo.
Yeah, that was a nice basket. There's Freddie. Freddie's playing lights out, you know. Oh, what a great play. Took it all the way and laid it right in there. There's Yulo again. Pow. Whew. He's got to make a lot of those this week. Good pass. There's Big Lauren. Running the floor well and got a lot of confidence right now. And I think he's going to have a great year. He started out well, and I think he's going to have a good. There's another great basket.
Oh, nice control.
And should have had a foul, but once in a while they make a mistake. Not very often, but once in a while. There's a rebound. Goes out to Jason, over to James, and lays it right in. We're getting down the floor well, Keith, and particularly here, and got it going pretty good. Blocker, terrific player. Does a super job for Eldon, and 25 against the Hawks. And Cam Johnson, an excellent player also. There's a little jumper. And that shows you Lauren has confidence, because otherwise he wouldn't take that shot.
You and I by
Donnell.
1 at the half.
Donnell throws in a beauty there.
He provides quite a spark in this game.
Yeah, this was his start. And then, of course, the Drake game really topped it there. You know, there's another steal. You go down and he stuffs it in there. He had 3 steals. He had 3 steals at Drake, so shows he's playing good defense. Great pass from Freddie into Lauren, and laid it right in there. It was a critical time in the game. We needed it. There's James. Comes in there. I don't know if he meant to bank it, but looked good.
We'll take it, Coach.
Looked good to me. As long as it goes in, looks good to me. There, come out of there, JC. All the way past to Freddie. Back to JC.
Oh, nice pass.
Nice pass. Good work. We're pleased the way Holloway and Kimbrough been playing.
Just not turning it over.
Another nice pass and another good dunk there. So we were happy. That was a good win for us, and we're excited.
79 to 66 over Northern Iowa, the final score. And Coach, we're going to take a break here on the Johnny Orr Show, and when we come back, we're going to look at those Drake highlights. That was a great game.
Oh, that was an exciting place down there.
Oh, we'll be right back.
Got the fans here tonight, huh?
I like it. It kind of gets you in a game spirit, doesn't it? It's,
Well, it gets me
it's fun.
fired up. Yeah.
Well, the Cyclones were certainly fired up for Drake, and Coach, you're going down to the dog pound for the first time, and Drake 12-4 so far going into the Iowa State game at the dog pound. What were your concerns going down there? I know one thing you're always concerned about is looking ahead to Iowa.
Yeah. Well, and the young kids, you know how they're going to perform. Jason and JC, and of course James in there, and we were planning on playing Derek a little more. We want to know how they're going to react, and we get so much publicity and criticism not winning on the roads, you know, it kind of gets on your nerves. But we came in with a good attitude, and we opened up the game the way we want to do, aggressively, offensively, and defensively. Really took it to them and got off to a good lead. Then they brought it back, and we showed some poise down the stretch. So it turned out to be a good night, but we were worried.
Well, Coach, you know what? You're undefeated on the road this year.
I'm glad you said that.
All right. Let's take a look at the Drake highlights now. Exciting, fast-paced game. It was a lot of fun if you saw it or if you were there.
James is banging a lot of them in here. Banged another in. Great pass there from JC into Lauren. He laid her right in the bucket. Freddie flips it out. Bing. You know, we're passing the ball. This team's passing the ball much better this time of year than we did a year ago.
Yulo shoots this one from Slovakia.
Oh, man. he drilled her, didn't he? Yeah, I think as time goes, he's going to shoot better, too.
He's playing more aggressive.
There's Donnell's first one now. I couldn't believe he just got in the game and fired that ball like that. I couldn't believe it.
Nice pass.
Yeah, great pass. Good basket. Got fouled. Freddie flips it over. Donnell lets him go by. Pops it right in again. Nobody was more surprised than that than I was. That was a great basket by Lauren. He took it to the hole. Big Stanley's big, you know. He's a big guy. There's Donnell steps behind the line. Lets that guy go by again. Boom. You'd think he'd learn sooner or later, wouldn't you?
Here's the jam.
Yeah, oh, he stepped. Oh. Yeah.
How about that hang time?
He did it there. I think that kind of set the tone for the night there. He did it. He's fired up now. Freddie.
First
boom.
bucket of the half.
Oh, yeah. He couldn't get the ball in there to him in the early go up, and, great basket.
Nice control.
Yeah, now we're in the second half. Good basket. Well, there's bingo.
He beat the buzzer on that.
Yeah, 3 times they beat the buzzer. Yeah, good move by Yulo. Went right by Overton. Got it in the bucket.
And just when Drake started making a run, Hoiberg.
Yeah, boy, big. He hits another one, too. Bing.
This is it.
Yeah, boom. That was good. Then he makes it in there. We're going to get it back in.
There's Lauren
Big
controlling
Lauren. A year ago,
inside.
he'd have never done that. Now he's got his confidence up. And great pass there. Great pass over to Yulo and laid it in the hole. So it was a great day for us.
83 to 67, the final score.
Worst beating they've had in that arena.
Yeah, I think a lot of people overlook that.
Yeah.
That is the worst that Drake has ever been beaten in the dog pound. 16-point win. So you
good
got
win for us. Good win.
Yeah, and it shows your guys that you can win in a hostile environment and that you can win on the road, and that's going to help you down the road.
Oh, I hope so. I hope we have a better road trip than we did last year.
We're going to take another break on the Johnny Orr Show.
And now, here's Johnny.
the Johnny Orr Show.
Hello and welcome to the Johnny Orr Show. I'm Keith Murphy, along with the coach who once again has claimed the championship of Iowa. You won the Big Four title,
Yeah.
Coach. How's that feel?
Well, that feels good, Keith. I tell you, it means that we have another good show. We're lucky
A real
there.
good show.
Yeah, we're lucky there. We come in here and it's going to be a fun day. And the last show I thought was terrific, though. I really enjoyed watching that myself. And I've gotten a lot of comments about it. People liked it, so maybe we do it again sometime.
People liked having the audience there?
Right, they liked that, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of missed the audience. Kind of lonely, and you have to look at me again, and you complained about that last week.
Well, one thing, Mel Crippen left, and that helped the show a lot.
That makes me look better, doesn't it? Well, you won the championship of Iowa in what has just been talked about over and over again during the past few days as one of the all-time great ball games as far as intensity goes, as far as desire goes, as far as just key plays. What was your impressions of the game? Is this one of the best you've seen in the series?
Oh, yeah, I think it was a very intense game. Both teams. I don't think they could have played any harder. The Hawks were well prepared, and we were well prepared, and boy, really went at it. And they were great, and we just came down the stretch there and had Hoiberg. And he made some key plays, and they missed James Winters misses 2 free throws, and then Kenyon Murray misses a couple shots, or it would have been the other way around. So we feel very fortunate, but we worked hard, and I think had we lost, we'd have been disappointed in the loss, just like Iowa. But we wouldn't have been down in the dumps because we know we played very hard.
Going into the season, a lot of people said, you know, we're asking who's going to step up and take the big shot, who's going to fill Thig Penn's shoes when the game is on the line. Down by 1, or maybe it was 2. Hoiberg, it was
2 points.
2 points, yeah. Hoiberg hits probably the biggest 3 of his career here at Iowa State. Does that answer the questions that there is a player that's going to step up and take the big shot?
I think he'll do it. I think we have a number of guys that would be willing to do that. I think Lauren or Ulo would, and I think Donnell Bivens would now. And so would Hurl Beecham, I think. We have all of them. But I think they'd let Freddie do it if he had the chance.
Well, let's look at some first half highlights of the Iowa game. We're going to break up the highlights into the first and second half. This is the first half.
Well, that was good, Keith. Jason hit that 3-pointer. That was good. We told him during the week, there's a great pass. Jason and Donnell, just a super play. We told them they're going to get some shots, and they had to knock them down, he and JC. There's Freddie. Freddie's got it now, and he's confident in it, and I think you'll see him. He's going to unload them. There's a great play, see? Got us a basket there, just simply because, well, yeah, we got it. James is having a little trouble shooting, otherwise good, but there's a good play by Fred, a good steal, and another basket. And we got some steals in the game, too, you know. Talk about their press, and their press was good. And it was much better when Freddie wasn't in the game.
Yes, it was. It was. It got a lot more effective when Hoiberg was on the bench.
That's a good play. And now JC popped it in. And that's what we need. That's what we need. When they got it, they have to make it. Hurl comes off the bench, and bang, he knocks it right in, right now.
Playing hurt, too.
Yeah, and that was great. Great. He couldn't practice or anything. And oh, man. No call on that. That's a strange thing. That's a no caller. How about that?
A lot of contact for no call.
Well, yeah, I don't know what that was. I mean, that was a little strange.
Coming down to the end of the half, and Bivens again playing large.
Well, he's going, and he has all the confidence in the world right now. I think he's going to have another good game here. There's a good steal. Nice pass. Donnell again. See, he's in the right places, and when you're working hard and everything, that's what happens to you. Keith, you get in the right places, boy. He's on the move, see?
He knows it, too. Look at him feel it here.
He's got it. And he got a great pass there, too. And that was what made it good. I think the big thing about our team, we're playing very well as a team.
43-40 at the half, and Coach, going into the locker room at the halftime, what kind of adjustments did you make?
We knew it was going to be another half. We just got to go play 20 more minutes, and had to play harder than we played the first half, and hopefully played better. And once we got that lead, I thought we were going to be pretty good, and then we had to take Freddie out. And they crawled back on us, and fortunately, we pulled her out there at the end.
Do you feel better about your bench right now than you have in a couple of years? It seems like a lot of people are playing, and they're making contributions coming off that bench.
Well, we have. We had J.C. Holloway came off the bench for Jason, did a good job, and Hurl came in there and made 10 points, and then, of course, Donnell come up with 13 big points. And I don't think I've had many players have 8 days of play like Donnell has had. He had 40 points in three games, and all off the bench. And had some other good plays, rebounded and ran the floor, guarded his man, and did a lot of good things for us. And of course, Freddie Hoiberg had 2 sensational games, Drake and this game here. At the ends of the games, he was just phenomenal. So I was surprised. I was really disappointed and surprised that one of them wasn't the player of the week in our league, but can't do anything about that, so that's just one of those things.
Hoiberg finished second in a split vote, I believe, on the player of the week.
I mean, a guy who does what he did in a big game like he did it and everything, that's a shame that he wasn't the player of the week.
No question at the beginning of the Iowa State-Iowa game, both teams were tense.
Yeah.
There were a lot of relatively short shots. Well, that sounds like a bad cold.
Yeah, I got a bad cold, but it'll be all right Saturday.
All right, it'll get better Saturday.
It'll be better.
A lot of, you could say, easy shots. They were contested shots, but they weren't close to the basket, were missed, and both teams turning the ball over, some of that due to the intensity. But in the second half, it seemed like both teams just settled into a groove, and we just got to play hard and let the best team win.
I think when you come into that game, and I think this is the most publicity, Keith, that game has ever gotten. I can't remember. They always gets a lot of publicity, but I don't think it's ever hyped up as much as it was this time.
Both teams undefeated.
Right. And doggone, you know, us having a winning streak and everything. And I never said much to my guys, you know, you just want to play hard. And I'm sure Tommy Davis doesn't talk to him here. You don't have to key him up for that game much. And then when we got out there, boy, we were really trying. I've never seen Yulo miss those easy shots like that either. And he told me he was nervous. And James, too. They want to do well, you know. And of course, James Winters, he was saving us. You know, he kept turning the ball over, and later on he settled down and played well too. So sometimes you get up too high, and once you get involved in it 2 or 3 minutes, you should end it. But this lasted for 4 or 5 minutes. I didn't think we were going to ever score.
The volume was high in there too, wasn't it? Toward the end of the game, it was loud.
My freshmen said they knew it'd be noisy, but never dreamed it'd be that noisy. And I do think our fans were very instrumental in this game. Keith and our band, the drum corps. They were absolutely tremendous, and doggone, it was loud. It was loud. That's how I got this, my throat hollering so loud and everything, and it was just rocking in there.
We were able to speak to Gene Smith at our halftime interview, and Iowa State's new athletic director said that this was the first time he had experienced the Hilton Magic, and you could tell he was overwhelmed by it. He had not, said he had never seen anything like it, and was just thrilled to be a part of it.
Yeah, Gene's a good guy, and he's doing a great job, you know, raising that money, and boy, he's doing a good job of that. In fact, he and Dr. Jiske really raising a lot of money for the new football facility for Jim Walden, and I think it's going to be a great addition to our department, and it'll be good. And Gene, I saw him after the game. He was fired up. He was fired up because, unless you've been here, you can't explain that, you know. Even when you go and talk to these recruits, show them the film, it still isn't like being there.
You have to be there.
Yeah.
Let's look at the second half highlights now. Once again, we'll say it again, a great game at Hilton Coliseum. 20 wins in a row now for the Cyclones at home.
That's a good move on Lawrence part. He dicks it out. A good move. That wasn't traveling either. That was a great move. They wanted traveling. Yeah, Freddie was strong. Good move by Lauren again. He's a lot stronger now. He didn't just flick that ball up there last year, you know. Now he gets strong in there, so
he's so confident.
Dished it back out, and bing, Freddie got it. See, when you're confident that the guy you're going to throw it to is going to make it, then you throw it to him, you know. Boy, that kid was good.
He's going to be a good player, isn't he?
Oh, man, Jess Suttles was
He's already a good player.
Donnell came right back and bring it in, see. He should have taken a charge, Donnell. There's a great rebound, see. Doggone, boy, that's being in the right spot, man. He's just pumping those baskets in there for us.
He's got an instinct right now.
Here's Freddie. Missed it, but Lauren's right there. And there's, see, Beecham got that tip back up there.
Good play by Beecham. It's almost a pass on the glass.
That's
there.
right, and great, stayed right with it. And if there's one thing we did poorly in this game, Keith, is block out. And I have to give credit to Iowa that they do a great job on the offensive boards.
Hoiberg gets him up in the air, and look at him snake through traffic.
He usually makes that, but it's a great play by Yulo. 3-point play is a big play, and when Yulo shows emotion, you know he's fired up.
Yeah, he doesn't do it very often,
No.
but did it a couple times.
See, Freddie usually makes that. He didn't get that. Yulo gets a big rebound, good fake. He's got good body control, and he lays it right back in, which is terrific.
This is when the game starts getting really tight down here, about 3-minute
Kenny
mark.
Murray hit that shot. We let him shoot that all week. He hit a couple of them, and that go, but he missed them. There's Freddie boy, bang, right in there.
That's the shot of the game there.
Yeah, man, he pumped it right in there. That's big. And no hesitation. That's the good thing. See, he made that pass, and bang, there goes Hurl for the lay-in, puts us ahead permanently. Now we're down the end here. Good pass. Great pass.
I thought he threw it away, but he knew exactly what he was
Absolutely
doing.
tremendous. Jason.
Great pass.
Great pass to him. Great pass to Orr, and great finish off. And there's Tommy. They're very disappointed. I don't blame them. We would have been disappointed in the same situation. But we were disappointed last year.
86-79, and there's a nice hug between the head coach and the associate head coach. And
Well,
how about this? You like these shirts?
I got
Big
one.
Four?
They gave me one. They gave me one of those. I got them, and they tell me you can buy them at T-Galaxy. Is that right? And I got one. They gave it to me at the Des Moines Cyclone Club. And
You like the confidence, printing them up ahead of time?
You know what I like about it? I wear it to bed. You know, it makes me feel good. And I wake up in the morning.
You wake up knowing you're the Big Four conference
I
champions.
feel like shooting those hoops.
I'm sure you hit the driveway first thing in the morning, Coach. All right, it's confession time here on the Johnny Orr Show. We're having to tape this before the Sun Carnival Classic because, Coach, you and your team are headed to El Paso for nearly a week of fun in the sun.
Well, it's not very sunny down there. I talked to them. It's not very sunny. Hopefully, they keep telling me it's going to be sunny when we get there, but I've been down there when it's been bad. But they're great hosts, and it's a great tournament, and hopefully if we do well, it'll be a greater tournament.
Well, by the time you're watching this, the tournament is over, so you probably have a good idea how it came out. Now, through the magic of videotape, we're going to show you highlights of the Sun Carnival Classic. Here's feature reporter Jeff Grummer with more. Let's hope it's good. Come on, Jeff.
Well, it seems several Cyclone supporters were waiting for those hot highlights in the Sun Carnival Classic as Iowa State planned to put the heat on Virginia Commonwealth. And from the tip-off, the hottest Cyclone star was Fred Hoiberg. Drilling 3 early threes, Iowa State led 20-13. Then for the rest of the first half, the Cyclones played up a storm.
Nice steal. Let's see if Holloway can finish. Harris with the D. Nice offensive move. Hoiberg with those good hands. And a baseball pass, make it a football pass since he used to play quarterback. And Mikuli takes it all the way.
But in the closing seconds of the half, it was a Ram rally. Terrence Gibson puts in the 3. Iowa State still led 40-36 at the break. Moving on to the second half, the Ram roll continued. Tyrone McCoy free for 3, and the game is tied at 42. But the VCU hot streak had just begun, and when Kenny Harris hits 3 of his 23 points, the Rams' lead was 82-66. But the Cyclones didn't quit.
Fred Hoiberg goes all the way to the bucket to the left hand.
And this drive for 2 of 25 cuts the lead to 8. But Virginia Commonwealth shoots 83% from the field in the second half, and despite a late rally, the Cyclone streak is stopped. Virginia Commonwealth wins at 91-84. Which meant the next night the Cyclones would face the Waves. It was consolation time with Pepperdine, and that's when Iowa State played like champs. Lauren Meyer celebrates his 21st birthday with a bucket. Then it's Julius Mikuli with 2 of his 22 points, giving the Cyclones a 2-point lead. Pepperdine stayed close with a wave of 3s from Damon Lopez, but the Cyclones stayed hot.
Holloway, nice pass to Mikuli, who finishes. And let's see if Iowa State can get a good shot. Hoiberg for 3. Boom!
And the half ends with a bang and a 40-36 Cyclone lead. And this time, Iowa State comes out of the break on the run.
Hoiberg with the steal. Let's see if Lopez stops him. No, he lays it up. Now ahead by 8 as Meyer again spinning, baseline, bang.
And after a nice Meyer move, it was time for a James Hamilton highlight as the lead grew to 56-46. And while the Waves kept coming, with under 2 minutes to go, Jason Kimbrough gets a big bucket, giving the Cyclones a 7-point lead. Then with less than a minute to go, it's Yulo all alone, and it's time to wave goodbye to the Waves with one finishing touch.
Holloway to Hoiberg.
I can't believe they don't get the foul in that situation.
Meyer.
Pepperdine had to get the foul.
But instead, Pepperdine gets the loss as Iowa State wins it by a final of 71-64, making it a third-place finish and a happy ending to the Sun Carnival Classic in El Paso. This is Jeff Grummer reporting for the Johnny Orr Show.
Ooh, Coach, how about those highlights?
Well, they had good highlights.
We're hoping they were good highlights.
Oh, we're hoping they're good highlights, Coach.
It's kind of a strange feeling, isn't it, there, as we record the show, knowing that the entire tournament was just inserted.
Yeah, it could be. I wish we could open it up and see what it said, don't you?
I do, too.
Maybe we shouldn't open it, though.
It could help you with strategy.
Well, if it's too late, that wouldn't do me any good.
That's true. We're going to take a break on the Johnny Orr Show. We've got a special feature for you when we come back. I think you're going to enjoy this. It's the best plays of the year so far. Get your VCRs ready. Oh, we're pretty excited about our next feature because, Coach, in the first 6 games of the year, you just put together a year's worth of highlights.
We've had some great plays. Unbelievable. Things that I can't believe. Even when I saw them, I couldn't believe them.
Rod Botholt put together these plays of the year so far.
Beecham passed up to 3. I'm trying to get it to Meyer. He'll have the dunk. King gambled, and it didn't pay off. Now King the other way, blocked by Meyer.
Now that's the type of things Meyer has to do. That hustle back, get back, he saves a bucket.
Beecham.
Having a great opening game. This is a nice pass right here. Oh, well done.
Here comes Mikulek to Meyer.
They've got it numbers here. Going to go outside. There's Bivens again.
Hoiberg looks for Kimbrough. Nice pass to Mikulek.
Set from behind the arc in high school, so he can put it up.
Bivens answers with a 3. Hoiberg pushes it to Bivens. Bivens lets Nucky fly by. Bivens waits for the 3 again and buries it again. Holloway pushes it to Bivens for the jam. Oh! Wow, what a slam by Donnell Bivens. Bang!
They've got numbers here again.
Nice pass. Bivens follows through.
Beautiful job. A lot of times they come up empty, but they are playing hard.
We've got a big-time jam! Beecham gets the turnover. Gets it up to Bivens. Jam!
Oh, man.
Iowa now leads by 2. Hoiberg once again delivers a huge 3. Pass to Beecham. Beecham for the jam.
Boy, and I looked at Tom Davis, and he went, oh, no. Coming through, now only 3-2. Good pass again, up high, and where he can handle it.
Drake and then at Iowa.
Well, off to another one here. Look
Good
at that
bounce
pass to
pass.
Hoiberg. Here comes Hoiberg again. What a move! As Kimbrough steals it away. Well, Mikulek will add 2 more here. Hey, that's the second jam of the game for Yulo. Get in there! Oh,
this
come
does it.
on!
Dave, he has had some rim-rattly dunks in the last few games.
Here comes Meyer! Wow! Wow! Here comes Bivens on the fly. Boy, what a move!
I tell you, he is playing with so much confidence.
Lauren Meyer again. Boy, Meyer's feeling his oats tonight. Not much time left. Hayes has to force it up.
Oh, what a shot.
Great shot from Hayes at the buzzer. Bivens, nice reaction there. And look at this from Fred. Wow!
Oh, wait.
Coach, we're not even halfway down the year yet.
I know, we're just getting started. We're going to have a real highlight film, aren't we?
Oh, I guess so.
That Donnell Bivens, he's made a lifetime's of great shots already.
It's the human
Unbelievable.
highlight film, Donnell Bivens.
Unbelievable, yeah, just terrific.
That's fun to watch. It makes you look forward to the end of the year when we can really fill it up.
I hope we're
Goodness.
undefeated then. We'll have a real highlight.
That'll be a highlight.
And now, here's Johnny.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Welcome, I'm your host, Keith Murphy, and this, of course, is Coach Johnny Orr, and we've got just one game to talk about this week. You played Morningside, and, Coach, it's a Division II school, but one that played Northern Iowa pretty tough. And what kind of things were you looking for against Morningside? What did you want to see out of your team as you look ahead to that Big 8 schedule?
Well, we wanted to play another game before we got to play Oklahoma. We'd had 10 days off there, you see, without a game, and Morningside was good enough to come in and play us. And they do have a good Division II school, I think, team. And they've always done a good job. Like 2 years ago, they knocked Northern Iowa off at home. This year it was a 2-point game at the buzzer. And so they've been playing well. And they shot the ball extremely well here in the early going, I thought, the first 10 or 12 minutes. And then our size, I think, hurt them a little bit. And we got some great play out of James Hamilton and Lauren Meyer. And, of course, Freddie got hot outside. So it was a good thing, though, for us to play, and I think it gave us a little momentum, a little confidence coming into Saturday's game with Oklahoma.
We talked to you before the game, I think it was the day before the game, and you said you were making a lineup change, try to shake things up a little bit and bring Donnell Bivens in for James Hamilton, who, as you said, was in a slump. That experiment, what do you think about that? Are you going to stay with Bivens against Oklahoma, or Hamilton had such a big night? Is he going to be back in the lineup?
Yeah, he had his biggest night. The reason we took him out is because of his thumb. He's had problems with his thumb. And I don't know if we will or not. We'll have to wait till we go practice a couple times, and then we'll see how it goes. And we could start Hurl Beecham, we could start Derek Hayes, we could start a bunch of people if we had to there, and give him an opportunity to start. I don't think Donnell plays well. I think he was nervous because he got in the starting lineup, and that's a good thing, too.
Now, do you get jitters before a game like Morningside when you know that you probably will win even if you don't have a great night of basketball? The odds are still in your favor. Does it still make you nervous and maybe you're going to be victim to a huge upset?
Oh, yeah, you're always worried. Look at Samford went down and beat LSU at LSU, and no one knows where that is. And then LSU loses by 1 to Arkansas. Look at here, Minnesota. Wisconsin goes in there 11-0, confident as the devil, and lose by 40.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah, and here's North Carolina, #1 in the nation. The writers, they know all the answers and everything. They go to Georgia Tech and lose by 20 points. So there's upsets all the time. And any time you're playing in basketball, I think even more so than football, there's always a possibility of the underdog upsetting you. And I worry as much about those games as I do like playing Kansas. And then when they start shooting all those shots in the second half and everything, you begin to wonder, what the heck here, man? And fortunately, we were far enough ahead that it didn't get any panic situation, but we finally got going, and it took us about 4 minutes. And if we were playing Oklahoma or Kansas, we can't afford to do that.
And the three-pointer is the great equalizer. You never know. You get a team that's hot, you could have a big upset.
Just drilling them.
Oh, yeah. Let's look at the Morningside highlights now. A big victory for Iowa State at Hilton Coliseum, and Morningside, a Division II school, is probably going to have a good season.
That was a good steal, and got fouled. That wasn't much of a foul, I don't think, do you?
Maybe a little push from behind, but...
Oh, look at that. Man, but he gets a three-point play, and he makes a great play on that. He makes a good steal, and we worked on that. That was a good pass there.
J.C. Holloway played most of the game because Kimbrough is recovering from a foot
There's
injury.
another good steal by Donnell. Flips it up to Freddie, and bang. That's 2 good steals Donnell got there. He didn't have a particularly good night. Now Freddie gets hot, bang, he hits it. He ties the school record, 5 three-pointers. And he did a good job. He had a good game, had 9 rebounds. We put Jason in there to see it go. We didn't want him throwing the ball. Threw in the ball first time in there. Oh, that's a basket by Hamilton. It's a good basket. Here's a heck of a play.
Kind of bowling there a little bit.
Yeah, Freddie gets it. Made a good steal. He had 4 steals, I think. That was good. There's your fans. That was a good pass by JC. And bang. The passes are good when the guys make the shots, you know. You missed a shot, it's no good. There, Freddie hits another one.
I think that was Hurl there.
Was that Hurl?
That was Hurl.
Well, Hurl needs that. He's got to hit a couple and get a little confidence. Well, that's a good basket there by JC. Terrific.
You got a chance to play a lot of players in this game.
Yeah, that was a good move by Lauren. Lays up, the guy fell down. He shouldn't have done that. James coming in there.
Lost the handle.
Watch this, big. When things are going for you, that's the way it goes.
Ball's rolling the right direction
right
there.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. That was a good move, man. A good pass from Freddie. Good move, good screen. down there by Mark, and the Yulo comes around there, see. And very good. That was good in our play. Here comes Freddie again. Bing. And we're going now. Our offense was dynamite the first half. The defense was very good the second half. So that was a good rebound by Lauren. And strong move. See, he hasn't done that now since he's been sick. But it was a good thing for us to play the game, and we thank Morningside for coming. And I think they got a good team. Here's Joe Moderman. Bing. He hits a three-pointer. Joe just got to get to play a little more and get a little confidence. And I think he'll knock those shots in. He always does.
108-69, your final score. And we're going to take a break on the Johnny Orr Show. When we come back, we're going to go into the locker room and hear from the players about the upcoming game against Oklahoma. The way you turn your sights to Oklahoma, and Coach, I imagine this is a game that after the loss to Nebraska at home, you feel that this is a crucial game.
Oh, sure. Every Big 8 game is a crucial game, Keith, and certainly a home game is a crucial game. And we're playing a very good Oklahoma team, and they're always good. And we always have good games, so it should be an exciting basketball game.
Well, we took our cameras into the locker room to find out what the players were thinking as Iowa State goes into the Big 8 schedule.
The whole team's feeling a lot better. We got in and got our medicine, and everybody's getting their injuries taken care of with the trainer. And as a team, we're getting a lot stronger. And we're not quite back to where we were before Christmas, but we're getting there. And Nebraska came in and got a win here at home. It really hurt us really bad, and we're trying to get that out of our head and looking forward to Oklahoma.
We're going to be pumped up a lot more so than our last game, and you know, I don't think you'll see another effort like that in our part. That's going to be a big game for both of us, so we're both going to be hungry for it.
Coach, it sounds like the players know how important it is to be fired up and play hard, something that you were very disappointed in against Nebraska.
Well, I think that was a twofold thing. I don't think they played as hard as they could have played. I don't think they played like they should have been. And the other thing, I think because of the illness we had, the 3 or 4 guys, and the injuries, it affected the way we played as well. So it's just not a one thing that we didn't play hard. It was we just didn't feel very good.
Coach, I can tell you a team that always played hard. That would be the old Taylorville Tornadoes.
Oh,
from,
yeah. Hey.
Look at there in the Breeze Courier. There's the 50-year reunion of the 1944 champions. What was the record there that year, Coach?
45-0.
45-0.
Yeah, I didn't lose a game. That was the greatest experience I ever had. I mean, never unhappy.
And you had a reunion last weekend, and in fact, Coach, we have a little bit of videotape here.
That's Shirley Bishop there.
From the Taylorville reunion, 45-0, and you got all the guys back together for a big reunion. Coach, tell us about that experience.
Well, we had a heck of a day there. We had the thing. The politicians got in on it. Keith, we had a state senator and a state representative. We had a mayor. We had a superintendent of school. We had them all talking at this thing. We had a thing at the high school. We had about 500 people come back, and 9 of the 15 guys made it back, and that was terrific. Then later on, we went to a bank, and Bill Hopper, president of the bank, had a big reception for us, and we had a very nice time. Then I flew back home. It was only gone for 5 or 6 hours, and that's nice. Dick Westbrook and Rick Carmer flew me down there, and they had a good time too. So it was a good thing seeing my buddies. I haven't seen some of them for 30 years.
What special memory do you carry around most of the time with you from that season? 45-0 is such a...
Unbelievable. And if we'd had television, if we'd done that today, that'd have been, you know, world news. At that time, we didn't have our pictures taken until we'd won 31 straight games. And the only 2 guys on the team there, Ron Bontemps, who was later the Olympic captain of our Olympic team, and I got our pictures taken. The other guys on that team never had an individual picture of them ever taken. And we only had 2 team pictures. That's all. That's why you see that picture. That picture's been printed 10 million times. It's the only picture. But it was a good reunion and a lot of fun.
45-0, that's hard to believe.
Iowa State basketball player Lauren Meyer will miss 6 weeks of action. That's the bad news. The good news is that Meyer is alive. Early this morning, Meyer was a passenger in this truck as it was hit by a train in Des Moines. The driver of the truck, Meyer's high school friend William Finnegan, was charged with failure to obey a railroad signal. He and a 3rd passenger escaped serious injury. Meyer suffered a broken collarbone. The 6'11" center was having his best season as a Cyclone. Meyer averaging 21 points, 9 rebounds a game. He might be back in time for the Big 8 tournament. Meyer released a statement today, quote, "I would like to apologize to my teammates and the coaching staff for being out so late. It was a mistake on my part. I feel lucky to be alive, and it will never happen again." In Ames today, Iowa State coach Johnny Orr was visibly shaken as he recalled hearing the news.
First, I thought it was a crank, you know, because I've been getting some crank calls. But I'm happy they didn't get any more injured. You don't get hit by a train. Too many people get to live and be perfectly healthy, so he should be very lucky.
Well, I think the biggest reaction was, just thankful that he's alive. And, we got to take this, as a team, and we got to pull together now. And, we're a little down about it, but we just got to keep playing.
The Cyclones will be at Missouri tomorrow. Now, it was just a year ago tomorrow that Iowa basketball player Chris Street was killed in an automobile accident. Hawkeye coach Tom Davis said at his weekly press conference that he still thinks about Chris a lot.
So you try to just move on, you try to get your thinking process moving on, but he's certainly in our thoughts in many ways.
Of the Cyclone Television Network.
And now, here's Johnny.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Hello and welcome to the Johnny Orr Show. I'm your host, Keith Murphy, and last week we had 2 losses to talk about. We said we were going to try not to have that kind of thing happen again, and Coach, you didn't. You had a win against Florida Atlantic and one of the most inspired efforts we've ever seen from a Cyclone team against Kansas. You said you had to have a great effort, and you got one. Was that what you were expecting?
Well, we did. We had a great effort, Keith, and if a couple balls had fallen at the right time, we'd have pulled a big upset and everything, but we couldn't fault the players' effort. They did a heck of a job and came out a little flat against Florida Atlantic, but perked it up the second half. We've had a good week now in practice, and hopefully we go there and get a victory on the road against Kansas State.
Coach, when you were playing Kansas, did you feel like the crowd sense that they really needed to help you along without Lauren Meyer, that the crowd had to try to help lift you over that hump?
Our crowd was great, yeah, and the guys realized that too. They said how great they were. And when we don't win for the crowd like that, it's very disappointing to us. But I think we did about everything we could do except shoot the ball well in that game, and really hustled, and guys we called on really worked, and it was a heck of an effort, and we just couldn't quite pull her off, Keith.
What's going on in the Big 8 right now, Coach? You got Missouri alone at the top. You got teams winning on the road, something that hasn't happened a lot. We're taping this on Thursday, and last night, Kansas just barely beat Oklahoma State at home in overtime.
Very lucky to win the game. And a lot of close games. We played close games. 3 of our 4 games have been close games. I think you'll see more and more upsets and more close games down the stretch here. But Kansas did not shoot the ball well again, and Okie State at this time didn't either. But they played extremely hard, and it was an exciting game. And then Kansas State goes down. They're a great defensive team, have been excellent on defense, and for some reason or other didn't get after the Okies down there. But for our fans, to tell you something, Curry didn't even get in the game. The guy that made the winning basket and all those he didn't even get in the game for Oklahoma. And here's the great player at Kansas, the forward.
Woodbury?
No, Woodbury he won the game for him. The inside player. I get him mixed up. But
we will get this. We're stuck right now.
Yeah, he's a great player in the post for him. Scott.
Yes.
Yeah, and
with you now.
He doesn't make a basket last night. Not one basket. And so you don't know what's going to happen, how your guys are going to react or anything else. But from now on, I think you'll see us. We'll have great efforts, and we just got to pull one off here, and then things will turn around for us a little bit, Keith.
Well, we're going to take a look at the Kansas highlights, and this was just a terrific effort. You'll see Iowa State come from behind and actually take the lead in this ball game.
Has a good back cut. A good pass from Yulo. Up to James, bang. Good back. Yulo had a great game here. And he played just tremendous. The second half, he was unbelievable. That was a good pass by James. James can create things, and if he does it like that, why, it's fine. Good pass. Nice shot by Mark Carlson, who's really playing well for us, particularly defensively and playing extremely hard. There he hit him, back to him. Nice basket. Good play. we're doing some good things now, and boy, they're making shots against us. That's a great pass by Woodbury.
Yeah, Woodbury's tough.
There's Hurl. Hurl pulled up, and that's good when he makes those pull-ups. Gives him a little more confidence and things to do, although he's hurt now. There's Oostertag, and Ulo got out in front of him. There's no sense ever fronting him, you know.
He's big, isn't he?
Oh, he's 7'2". There, Hurl hits a three-pointer, I think, yep. And we battled him right to the end and did a good job. Like Ulo, he really played here, see. Boy, he really did a good job there. Worked awfully hard here again. Boy, those are not easy baskets.
And we see Scott out there, number 34,
Yeah.
so we got him now, Coach.
Yeah, I get him mixed up.
I do too. It's hard to keep track of everybody in the Big Eight.
Ulo Bing again. See, boy, I'm telling you, he had a great second half for us. And
Scored the first 11 points of the second half.
almost pulled it off for us. Yeah. There he is again. There's not many guys can make those shots.
He's tough off the dribble, isn't he?
Oh, there's a great cut by JC, and missed it, but Freddie tipped it in. It was a good move by JC. And
he played hard against
him. He had a good game, too. And Freddie did, too. That guy walked, I think, Coach. But it didn't count. He didn't get him for walking. He made a heck of a basket.
He's quick.
There's Woodbury. We helped out a little bit. We shouldn't have. And he knocked it down. He's a clutch player. He's very good. Freddie
There's another clutch player.
Oh, boy, I'll say. Playing hard, playing extremely hard. There's Joe Moderman, he gets that off-balance shot. And then he comes in and tips one in here again. So it wasn't an easy victory for them, and it was a tough loss for us because of the effort we put forth. But we're going to have to do that every time now, and I think we will, Keith.
78-71, and I tell you, we saw Roy Williams after the game, and he was just happy to leave Hilton Coliseum with a win. He's kind of gotten used to losing when traveling up Dames.
Well, when they come back next year, it'll be a different story.
Yeah, Kansas, a good team. Now, the #1 team in the nation when they traveled into Hilton Coliseum, and then a other end of the spectrum for Iowa State just the next game, 2 days later, in fact. When we come back, we'll show you the highlights from Florida Atlantic. This was a tough game for the Cyclones to get up for mentally. We kind of had a little drum going.
Got it going.
We got it going. Well, Iowa State on Saturday played the #1 team in the country, the Kansas Jayhawks. We just saw the highlights of that game. 2 nights later, the number 299 team, according to the power rankings. And Coach, this is about as far on the spectrum as I've ever seen a team have to go in 48 hours. What kind of challenge did that present to you?
Well, the biggest thing was to come out and play, you know, and we need the victory badly. And we got off to an awful slow start. Then we picked it up in the second half and did a pretty good job. And I feel sorry for Coach Loomis. He's a good guy and trying to get that program going. And I think he's going to get it going just about the time that they'll bring another guy in then, you know, when he started getting it going. But he's a good guy, and like he says, he only plays places that are nice places and with class people, so I feel good about that.
Now, a program like Florida Atlantic coming to Iowa State, is that to pick up a big check and try to get some money into the program?
Sure, and that's where they go, you know, Florida State, Florida, Miami, South Florida. They play all those teams.
Tough schedule.
And the tough thing for the Big 8 teams, and Tubbs hit it on the head there, now with television and everything, we've changed our entire program, you know, how we play the games and everything like that. And I never ever liked to play, once the Big 8 season started, or the Big 10 when I was there, outside teams, because you're not focused for that. But now we have to play, we're going to go down and play St. Louis now.
That's a tough game.
Oh, yeah, and it'll be hard to get focused because that's out of the league. And now when you play non-conference games, your kids are now, they're in the league, you know, and everything. And the league games, you have no excuse for not really getting after it. But sometimes it's distracting now when you have to go out of the league. And that's because of TV.
We'll show you the highlights from the TV game with Florida Atlantic. And as you'll see at the beginning here, well, you're going to see some good Cyclone highlights. But as Coach said, Cyclones coming out a little bit flat. But Ulo showing his shooting touch.
Ulo had another good game, strong. And there's a great steal by Donnell. And hopefully Donnell is going to perk it up here at Kansas State this week and do a good job for us, and I think he will. There's Freddie. he started hitting those three-pointers. Got it going pretty good. There's Joe. Great pass.
He had a couple of sweet assists.
That was a super pass. Bang, Freddie hit a nut. He really got it going there just before the half. Boy, he fired him in there. Started Joe the second half. Another great pass. Boy, that was a super pass.
There was just a little alleyway there, and he got it.
Just a great pass. And then he sprained his ankle, darn it. But he'll get to play. That no matter what, you can do something that a lot of people can't do. There's a great pass, and there from JC into
Carlson.
Mark Carlson. There, Freddie getting it up. We got to have Freddie really get hot here down at KC and down to Kansas State, and same way with Hilo. And then somebody else has got to step up. There's a good steal. They take it about, just get it back.
It's a wild play here.
And we finally get it. Yeah, it was a little wild, but it turned out good for us, and not many things have been turning out too good for us. There, Derek went in there, a good rebound by Donnell. And we're hoping Donnell's going to have a good game here, and I think he will. He's a senior, and he's really working hard in practice. Now, there Hurl makes that. Man, that guy's right in his face. And we got to have him do that. He's got to do that for us. Here's Derek. See, when he takes his time to shoot that in, he goes a little fast. He's young and everything, but I have great hopes for Derek Hayes. I just can't believe he's not going to be a super player.
86-54, and Coach, in this game, Yulo and Fred combined for 52 points, I believe. Is that something you're concerned about? Is so much of the scoring being picked up by just those two?
Oh, yeah, when we had Lauren, we had three guys doing it. Now we've lost a third, and we've got to have someone pick it up now a little bit. And so far, we haven't had that consistently. And hopefully that someone will do that and get it going, or maybe a couple guys to get us back in there. We went from a great offensive team, Coach, to now a much better defensive team, but not nearly as potent on offense.
Work.
And now, here's Johnny.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Hello and welcome to the Johnny Orr Show. I'm your host, Keith Murphy, and I'm just kind of relieved because Coach Orr told me if I don't get a Big 8 win this week, you may be doing the show by yourself. And Coach, I didn't know what I was going to do, so I sure am glad you got that first win.
We are too, Keith. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you. I think that's the biggest win I've ever had at Iowa State, to be honest with you, getting that victory, because we had lost so many close games, and we've been playing well and just haven't been able to get over the hump. And it was good to see our guys get a victory, and attitude and everything now should be much better, and I think now we've got a chance to win some more games.
I know we ask you this all the time. We in the media probably drive you crazy with this. How big of a game was it, or how big of a game is it going to be? But when you've lost a few close games, does it make that first win even bigger than a lot that you come across?
You bet your life. And I think, Keith, in the conference, to get your first win, that's always big. And here we had a Nebraska game where Lauren was sick and we weren't very good. And then we come to Oklahoma. We're all healthy and everything, and now we really play well. And darn if Oklahoma doesn't play out of sight, and we couldn't get over the hump. Then Lauren gets in the accident, and you look down there and you think, oh man, it looks bad. And so when you get one like that under those circumstances, it's really big for you. And it was big for my team and their morale.
Well, the first highlights we're going to show on our program here is the Kansas State highlights. And, Coach, this was a very inspired effort that you had at K-State. It looked like you were going to win the ball game even with about a minute to go.
Well, if Ski Jones doesn't hit the shot, we're going to win the game, I think. But we made some bad mistakes down the stretch there, threw the ball away a couple times. We had wide open shots and didn't hit them, but we played very well there. I think that overall has been our best performance of any game.
Yeah, you couldn't, as you've said a couple of times, you could not fault the effort in any way. It looks like your players
played awfully hard and they did the very best we could, and it really looked like we were going to win the game. I thought we were going to win the game.
What do you say we take a look at the highlights?
Okay, Keith.
All right, here's Iowa State at Kansas State, and the Cyclones going after it hard.
There's a great basket by Freddie. Made a good move. JC throws it up. Donnell out to Freddie, over to Yulo. Good passing.
Yeah, good ball movement
He
there.
really moved it around there. That's great.
How's this for a highlight, Coach?
That's a big steal. Yeah.
Well, he can float, can't
Oh, boy, yeah, Donnell, he had another one this time, and the ball, he lost the control of the ball. There's Bean. That's his only basket. That's the only basket he made on us.
He's been missing a lot of shots.
Yeah, that was a good job. That was good. There's another. See, that was a great pass by Jason. Got in there and did a heck of a job on that. And JC picks it up.
You like to see that.
Oh, man, it is right back. Donnell whipped it right back there, and JC hit it. That was a great play. Here's JC. Look at that. Bing. Nice pass. We got a three-point chance here. A really good pass. We're moving down the floor. Freddie pulls up. Bing.
Shooting with confidence.
Yeah. This was a good ball game. This is a game that should have been our game.
Up 4 at the half.
Great basket there by JC. Playing very well, you know, right now. He's playing well. There's a three-pointer. We played well. This Skia Jones just hit a couple of shots, man, that were unreal. There's Donnell. That's a good three-pointer there. Great play.
Yeah, we see it.
He wasn't ready. Yep, I don't know how he made that, but it was a good basket.
Great body.
There's Freddie. He just pulls right up, bing. Hits it again. We were going good there. We got down the stretch. That was a good basket. Yulo's playing very well right now, Keith, as you know.
Yeah, he is.
He did a good job here.
Here's a guy that can take it to the hole.
Oh, he took it right in there. He got fouled, too.
Derek Hayes.
No foul, however. Good pass. Bing. JC hit him.
Here comes the shot of the game, probably, right here. Ski Jones from way out.
Boy. Fired it out there, and that took us down, Coach. We got another one at the end, but that was the one that hurt us right there.
76-70, an inspired effort. And, coaches, we watched those highlights there. It's hard to believe that a year or two ago we were talking about Fred Hoiberg just needing to shoot with more confidence and not thinking about his shot so much and everything. Because right now, when he releases it, you can just tell he expects it to go in.
Yeah, he's shooting a lot more now. And I think he's going to continue to get better as the season ends here. He's really doing a good job.
We're going to take a break on the Johnny Orr Show. When we come back, that Big 8 win.
Okay.
You ready for that? You want to see some highlights from that?
I'm ready for that. There's a great play right there.
All smiles on the Johnny Orr Show because that first big win out of the way. And, Coach, Colorado, as you look back on this game, you think about Colorado having to come in here without its leading player, Donnie Boyce. But in a way, that also causes you to make an adjustment, too, because I know in practice you were preparing to stop Boyce, and then you find out on game day that all your defensive preparations are out the window.
Well, you know, Joe Harrington's a good guy, and he's a good friend of mine, a coach of Colorado. And he said he didn't want to come in here with his best player since I didn't have mine. And Lauren was out, so he thought he'd suspend Boyce, so it'd be an even game, should be a better game, he thought. And I appreciated him doing that. He was really generous about that.
Are you going to pay him back sometime for that generosity?
I don't think so. But we did prepare for Boyce. We had everything was set for him because he's the guy. He had the ball about 80–90% of the time and everything. And so we just let it go just like it was and played it like it was. And they went to Dean more than they did from the outside. But Hefty kept the ball most of the time, and he dealt it off and everything. Not as good as Boyce, certainly. But we played a real strong second half in here, Keith. Really played well defensively and offensively. Shot the ball the best we've shot it in a long time, and picked up our confidence level, I think, and had a fantastic performance out of Yulo Mikalik.
Anybody that was at Hilton Coliseum or watching on the Cyclone Television Network will remember that performance by Yulo. 37 points, but 37 points with a lot of the shots from long range, too, so it kind of sticks in the memory. I think he was 16 for 19 from the field.
Unbelievable. I've only had, the only kid I ever had who did that, LaFesta Rhodes here, but when I was in Michigan, I had a kid from Omaha named Mike McGee, and a lot of times we'd come in here, he'd be 16 for 20 or 18 for 24 and stuff like that. But he was a leading scorer, all-time leading scorer in the history of the Big Ten, so he's a pretty good player. But Yulo had a fantastic night, just a great night, and he's a great kid, and he deserved it.
Let's watch some highlights now of Iowa State taking on Colorado at Hilton Coliseum, and a great play to start by Hoiberg.
And Donnell completed. Not many guys fast enough to complete it. Fred makes a super play, and he's alert. They're zoning, bang. Downtown. That's good. We go there, bing. There's Yulo. And as long as they stay in that zone, we really nailed them. And we haven't had anybody zone as much, you know, so we haven't had a chance to do it. Here's a great basket. Great fake, great basket. There's an interception. Yulo again, super.
Nice break there.
Oh, good pass. Donnell, great play. Good job.
11-point lead at halftime.
There's Freddie, bing. Second half, knocking it in there. Now we're gonna go in. When Hurl Beacham hit his two right in a row, just bing, bing off the break. There's a good steal. Give it to Freddie, and boom. Dunks her. Guy about caught him there.
Yeah, he was coming.
Yeah. Into Yulo, back out, move the ball around. Look at that. Well, he took it right down there. That shows he's gaining, you know, confidence and everything, the way he's doing here.
Give and go here.
There it is again.
Oh.
Now, see, he got fouled there. You see him get knocked down?
Yeah, he went to the court.
That ref says no foul. He said he did foul him. Here, bing, here he hits it. Well, he comes right back, I think, if he got another, he hits another one.
You go with Yulo here.
Pop. When Hurl boomed those two right there in a row, well, that ended it there as far as everything was concerned. There's a great rebound, good fake, missed it, tipped it back in. 6 offensive rebounds. That's a high for us, I think, Coach. And it's the first time we've out-rebounded anyone. There, Yulo hit another one. First time we've out-rebounded anyone since we lost Lauren. So that's a good deal for us.
Joe Moderman
just fired it right in there, man.
Long one there.
He's going to play more
NBA
against Okie State, Coach. He'll be in the game a little more. There's a good steal by Sean, knocked it to him. No, that wasn't Sean, that was Clarence Hill.
And then Sean with the reverse
Sean
jam.
got the jam, yeah. Now it's over, and we had a great performance there in the second half. Joe Harrington's a great guy and having problems out there, and hope he gets things turned around because he's a super guy.
Well, this game was played about even in that each team was missing about 20 points.
Yeah, and I told Eddie Sutton it'd be nice if he'd take Reeves out of the lineup to see how his team get ready in case something happened to Reeves when the tournament came on.
Might as well do it.
Yeah, and then this would be a good testing ground without Reeves, and we wouldn't mind going down there.
Right, did you have any luck doing that?
No, he wouldn't agree to that, Coach. He wouldn't do that.
We'll give him a call.
He's an older guy. He didn't want to do that.
He's not young and adventurous
No.
Oh, well.
And now, here's Johnny.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Welcome to the Johnny Orr Show. I'm your host, Keith Murphy, and it's been somewhat of a tough week for the Cyclones. A couple of losses, and Coach, these are 2 losses that I'm sure as you watched the game, you thought that you could win them.
Well, I don't think the St. Louis game, we got behind there in the beginning. We played well in the second half, like I told you, and shot the ball extremely well. Our defense really broke down on us. But we thought with 3 minutes to go, 4 minutes to go in the Okie State game, we had a chance to win the game. We did. And we just, again, turned it over and missed some very critical shots, and they made them. But we played a great game there. We played very, very well. At St. Louis, it was our poorest performance since Lauren's been gone outside of the Missouri game.
Yeah, you never quite got that inspired effort that you had against Oklahoma State. And you had said last week that you thought maybe you could go down to St. Louis and pull off the upset. Were you really disappointed at the effort?
Well, I was disappointed we didn't play any better, any harder than we did, because we knew what they had to do, and we matched up with them very well. And we just didn't, we played too soft. We didn't get out there and get after it like we should. Inside, we had no problem with them. But they hit 12 three-point shots. And we knew they were great three-point shooters. It wasn't that anything like that. And I would say 8 of those shots were just because we didn't go get them tough enough. We could have gotten up there closer to them and everything. And on the other hand, the defensively, they really got after us. In the first half, we missed about 5 or 6 3-foot shots. And had we made those, it would have been a good game at the half, then it could have been a good game. But we were not aggressive enough in the first half. And they moved us plumb out to midcourt almost sometime. And we just didn't respond to that. And then the second half, we finally come on. We had a great performance in the second half by Derek Hayes. Absolutely tremendous. And Eulo was steady. Freddie didn't have a good game, but he rebounded the ball for us, and he had some good assists and everything. And then he came on and started shooting. It was too late, but he started shooting the ball. But had we been more aggressive and determined like we were at Stillwater, this could have been a game that would have been a very close game right down the wire.
We're going to talk more about the St. Louis game in a few more minutes here on the Johnny Orr Show, but right now let's talk about Oklahoma State some more. And Coach, I thought this was one of the finest coaching jobs you and your staff have ever done in your time here at Iowa State. Everybody had talked about a long anticipated matchup between Lauren Meyer against Big Country. Of course, you had to go down there without Lauren Meyer, so on paper it looked like a game that Oklahoma State could dominate. But you made some changes and you shortened the court up on them, and what were your thoughts going into that?
Well, we made some changes. We gambled at what we did to try to shut Rutherford and Thompson down, take them out of the game as much as we could, and then really gang up on Reeves inside, hoping that we could slow him down. And boy, the first half we really did a great job on Reeves. We did a great job on Thompson and Rutherford the whole game. But Sutton and the other kid came in, and Burley got away and scored. But it kept us in the game. And I do think it was one of the better coaching jobs. Certainly, we could have been blitzed down there. And we kept it in there with 2 minutes to go. We still had an opportunity to win that game. And second half, Reeves got away from us a little bit. And like I say, we got down the end, we couldn't make the baskets. And that could have been a great victory for us, but we're just not quite good enough, Keith, just not quite good enough.
An inspired effort. Let's watch some highlights now. Remarkably, Big Country took only 2 shots in the first half. There's Jason Kimbrough coming up for the first bucket for the Cyclones, and it's 5-2 Oklahoma State, and then rebound here by Carlson back out to Hoiberg.
You won't miss it. Bang, he knocked her in.
That's a tough place to play, too.
That's Rutherford. That's his only basket, Coach. That's the only basket he made the entire game. Hurl makes a nice move there, takes it up and lays it in.
In the first half, your game plan worked perfectly, didn't it?
It was super, yeah. It was just super. There we hit another one.
Moderman's got range.
Oh, yeah, Joe can shoot. We just got to get him in there more and shoot more. Great pass by James Hamilton, and good dunk. We're playing with great confidence now. And there's Derek Hayes. Look, he takes it right in there to him. Took it right in there. He got the block.
Hayes gives you another dimension.
That's a super effort, and Eulo puts it back in. We're moving. We're doing things. Ooh, missed him, but see, he takes it. He's athletic.
He can shoot off the dribble too.
And going in there, and he did a good job there. And Freddie has a great pass there, and nice back cut on him. We're doing a good job here. I kind of thought that was double dribble. It was a great pass, however, to Derek. Started the second half here, and we felt real good. We knew at the halftime it was going to be a ball game, and Eulo banged one in. We just had to make some. See, Country, they had to make a change. He had to come out and guard Eulo. Man, here in the second half, we didn't get back on defense like we should have, and that broke down. Here, Joe bings another one in.
That ties the game at 50, so you're right in there at this point.
Yeah, I tell you what. Here, see, we didn't get back again. See, doggone, we got down there and tried to steal the ball, and there's a heck of a basket by Freddie. In the first half, we were a little more alert than we were the second half. There's another one by Joe.
Still only down 3 at this point.
Oh, Coach, I thought we were going to pull this baby out here. There's another great cut.
Nice pass.
Great cut from Eulo. Well, they got away from us here, and they made, I think, 10 out of the last 11 free throws they shot. And we could have made the game, you know, like a 5-pointer or something, but we tried to win the game, and then it got away from us.
It was a very deceiving final score. We're going to be right back with highlights from the St. Louis game on the Johnny Orr Show. Well, at St. Louis Wednesday night, Coach, you were actually playing on top of ice.
It was cold in there, man.
Could you feel that coming up through the floor?
You bet your life you can feel it. But when you're moving, once the game gets going, then it's not so bad, you know. But we went out to practice, and man, it's cold. And Charlie told me, Charlie Spooner, their coach, they have never practiced in that place because it's just too cold and everything. So they practice at their own gym. The only time they go out there is game. They don't come out and shoot or anything. They just play the games. And they're 12-0.
Yeah, they're doing well there.
Yeah,
this is the St. Louis is the team with the best record in all of Division I basketball after the victory against the Cyclones, now 19-1 and ranked 17th in the country.
Yeah,
and
good basketball team.
Force to be reckoned with. We're going to watch some highlights now, and as you see these highlights, you'll see a new star emerge for the Cyclones, Derek Hayes, with just a tremendous second half.
You see how they bumped him out there, and then he got his poise to come back in, and we got an easy pass to the lay-in. See that on Eulo there? And when you go by him, they can't keep you from going by him, see, but you got to be aggressive. There's Jason. He goes in there. I thought he might have got fouled there.
They get in a hole early, down 7 already.
That's a great pass. Great pass to Eulo to Beecham, and he lays it in. It's a super pass. They have 3, there's Claggett. See, that's Claggett. That's Waldman right there.
H. Waldman.
And an excellent player. Excellent player. Joe comes in, nails one, and he's very good. We told him, don't go over there on that side and pick that ball up. He got it out of there and wheeled it down. And once you got by there, you could score on them. But you had to be aggressive.
Nice
pass, super.
Yeah. Good
See,
look.
they're not that great, except they put look at that. He goes right in there. He missed it, but he's going to get it back.
You missed a lot of close shots, didn't you, Coach?
10 of them in the game, and you can't do that. See, Derek Hayes kept that alive, and he gets it back. There's Derek. He rises up. See, you got the opportunities. Here we go, right inside. Well, we got a lucky break there. But we should have had it anyhow. See, we weren't aggressive enough. They took it right away from us. There he goes again, see? See, you go with it, and then you're wide open. See, that guy's bodying him out there.
He can penetrate, can't he?
Oh, yeah. Now he's starting to shoot him. He feels he's got the field now on it, and he's going to shoot him up.
This is Claggett inside.
Yeah, this hurt us. We had just missed the out of bounds. And he goes down, makes that shot, makes the free throw. Now they steal it on the inbounds. And doggone, he hits a three-pointer.
90-75, St. Louis wins it. And, Coach, as you said, this is a game that probably could have been really close if you'd just given a good effort, but you missed the close shots and a lot of bad passes.
Oh, terrible. Didn't use our heads at all. And I just can't figure out why we were like that, because we had good practices and seemed like we had a good trip and everything was going well. And then we get out there in the game, and boy, we were just so soft in everything we did. It was unbelievable, and we let them just dominate us, particularly in the early going. And we had told our team time and time again that you have to come out strong, because that's when they're going to come out strong, and that's what they do. See, the second half, they were 12 ahead as a half. They beat us 3 points the second half, and we should have beaten them in the second half. But in the first half, it should have been a close game, but it was just because they were good and we were not good, so that's why they're winning and we're not.
Well, Derek Hayes has shown that he can penetrate, he can shoot off the dribble. You change your lineup for the game against St. Louis. Do you find a way to keep Hayes in the starting lineup?
Well, I think we are certainly going to start him again. And he gives us a new dimension in there, defensively and offensively. See, Claggett has a bad game, and we put Derek on him. And he did a good job on Claggett. He didn't get, the baskets Claggett got were not off of Derek. And so we're going to go with him. He's playing better than anyone right now.
Tonight, an inside look at the coach, and here's Johnny.
Stay with a select group of coaches who have won more than 200 games at two big-time basketball schools, Michigan and Iowa State. Johnny Orr is in his 29th year as a head basketball coach.
And in many ways, this is one of his toughest seasons. But despite the setbacks, Johnny Orr is no quitter. And if it takes the full force of his personality, he won't let his team quit either. Part one now of Here's Johnny.
Get up there and push somebody through there. Ah, good job. Bam, man, and go. Out of the way, JC. Whoa.
This was supposed to be a great season for Johnny Orr. With several junior standouts, Orr was ready to build on last year's success. Until one of those standouts made headlines the way coaches and parents fear most. Center Lauren Meyer was in a car struck by a train January 18th. Meyer had broken curfew, he broke his collarbone, and likely the Cyclone season. The next day, Coach Orr almost looked as though he'd been run over.
First, I thought it was a crank, you know, because I've been getting some crank calls. But I'm happy they didn't get any more injured. You don't get hit by a train. Too many people get to live and be perfectly healthy, so you should be very lucky. Let's look at the living rooms. And then the kitchen. We were going on, boy.
But this is more like the Johnny Orr that Iowans have come to know and love. He and his wife, Rami, recently showed me around their new spacious townhome, proudly pointing to all the extras.
Yeah, you close this off, and see it's all secured, see? And so it's a steam room. And it's two seats. It's one seat here and another seat back here. And you just push that button, and man, that steam comes out of there.
So that you use?
I use that, yeah. I like that. I like that.
Johnny is the winningest coach ever at Iowa State. He's come a long ways from being the son of a coal miner, but it wasn't easy.
Every college job that opened, we wrote and told them why I should be the coach. And Romney would title theirs, and they would be so good, we'd say, we'd celebrate. We'd say, they got to have me out for an interview because this is a letter. He reads this letter, it's terrific, you know, but we couldn't get the jobs. You just went, and all of a sudden, bang, all of a sudden you started getting them.
Just like anything else, it isn't what you know too, you know.
But his now more than 450 career wins don't make this season any easier.
So you got to go out there and play as hard as you can and do the best job you can do. But let me tell you something. I don't want any more of you coming to me and wanting more playing time or asking me something or have your parents calling me and wanting more playing time for you or something like that. If you play out here and you do the job when you're out here, you're going to get the opportunity to play in the games.
And the struggles of a tough season are evident even in practice.
All right, here we go. Get it out there now. Take it, Freddie. Take it down there. Here we go. Go, Donnell, move. Oh, he had him.
And you can always tell by Johnny's expressions what he's thinking.
Take that guy.
What do the players think of Coach Orr? And will he be back next year? We'll look into that and have much more in part two of Here's Johnny tomorrow night.
Johnny Orr is already a legend.
Yeah, but he's still driven to win ball games, and that's been more difficult than usual this season, and it's at least raised the possibility of an early retirement this year instead of next. Part two now of our series, Here's Johnny.
Here we go. Move it, Clarence. Go, Clarence. Bring somebody. All right, shot. Get up here. Run, Derek, run. Run, JC. I know what the fans expect and everything, and the pressure is tremendous on that. Now, you bring it on yourself, but you don't want to fail.
But winning is tough when you lose your starting center. Lauren Meyer, seen here rebounding in a game with Western Illinois earlier this season before the accident that broke his collarbone. There were still high expectations then. And while Johnny is busy on the floor with strategy,
Lauren here.
wife Rami is busy in the stands watching the referees, letting them know what she thinks.
He looks like he's doing the maneuver that goes over a high bar, and you call us for a foul?
This was one of the few easy victories of the season. Before, that car Meyer was in was struck by a train. Now Meyer is rehabilitating himself and trying to make it up to his coach.
Yeah, at the press conference, he looked kind of emotional, and You know, that says a lot about how he cares for his players. You know, he cares for his players just like family. So, yeah, we're just like his kids, like his own kids.
He took that a little bit harder than a lot of people. You know, in his press conference, you know, you could see it in him. But you know, he's throwing that out. He's kept our spirits up, which is good quality in a coach.
And the players have rebounded. Wednesday night, they almost beat heavily favored Missouri. But the 10 losses so far make you wonder if Johnny will return next year.
He said that he might not, but I believe that he will be back next year for his last season.
And it would be neat to have all you guys as seniors then, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
you know, I am sure it is one of the reasons why he want to stay as a coach. He want to see us like live as a seniors, and hopefully we could have another good season our senior year.
Well, we haven't decided that yet, John. We're going to stick around a while, but we haven't decided exactly when we're going to do anything yet. We talk about it now more than ever. I like those kids that came in there with me all together and gave Iowa State such thrills and gave me such thrills. And next year will be their last year. I think I'd like to be around for that. I mean, I think I want to share in that with them probably.
But whether it's this year or next, Johnny still has to get used to the idea of retiring, and with all his memories, that won't be easy.
Well, it's great to, you know, you go through and you get sentimental, though. When I retire, God dang, I'll never go through that. It'll make me sad.
He's going to be sad. Iowa fans are going to be sad.
No kidding.
Yeah. He's had a great career.
One of a kind. Work.
And now, here's Johnny.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Hi, everybody. I'm your host, Keith Murphy, with a disappointed and dejected Johnny Orr. I know that you're very excited about the way your team has played the past couple of games, but you had a shot against Nebraska and a real shot to be the first team to beat Missouri. And, Coach, how disappointed are you?
Well, you're disappointed. I feel badly for my team because they did such a great job, and they did most of the things we told them to do. We made a couple of mistakes. We got a little lax there at the half, but we came back strongly in the second half, and we played extremely well. Did a great job on Booker, outstanding on Atkinson and Olini, and they played about as well as they can play and everything. And then we come right down at the end, and the judgment thing it cost us the game. So. We just got to keep going and go. Once we ever do it and turn the corner, get over the hill, we're going to go. And it's just going to take a little time, and we just can't give up, and I don't think we will. They're good guys. They're playing hard, and that's all we can ask of them. I'm not mad at the team. I'm not disappointed. The fans were great. The band was terrific, Keith. Everything about it would have been a great night if we could have pulled it off. We had the opportunity, and we just didn't quite get it done. So we have to go on from here and see what we can do Saturday.
We're going to talk more about the Missouri game later in this broadcast, but Coach, right now let's talk a little bit about the game at Nebraska. And one thing that strikes me, you've certainly had overall more talented teams than you have this year, especially with Lauren Meyer's injury and everything. But when you get right down to it, even though you don't have a road win, maybe this is as good as your team has played on the road in a few years. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah. We were good at Nebraska. We were on fire there, and they were good too. That was the thing, but our defense wasn't quite as strong. Against Missouri, our defense was very good, except inside. But Nebraska, that was a great basketball game, and it came right down to the end, a big call there. They called Yulo for charging when they didn't touch anybody, and that could have been a different outcome. So it's just one of those things, and things go that way sometime, and you keep going at them. It's just like life, you know. You think everything's against you all of a sudden. You keep doing things, though, what you think is right, and they're going to turn around, and I think that's the way it's going to do for us. Hopefully, it'll be this Saturday.
How proud are you of your team this year?
Oh, I'm proud of my team. You know, my team could have rolled over and played dead, you know, with the loss of Lauren. The way we were disorganized going to Missouri the first day after the accident and everything. And here, we've played games on the road that have all gone to the wire, every one of them. And the home games here, we've lost some, but they've been dingers also. And I think we're providing good entertainment. I don't think the fans are down on them. We're having our basketball banquet, and we're getting more and more people calling up for tables and everything. And I think that I'm as proud of this team as I've been of any for not giving up and battling the way they've done, Keith.
Well, we're going to take a look now at the Nebraska highlights. And in this game, Iowa State scores 96 points, but it still wasn't enough. Mark Carlson inside.
Good play. Mark made it. He played here. He's 4 for 4. Look at that.
Another
Derek
big game
Hayes,
by
look
the
at that.
freshman.
Derek Hayes gets up and rebounds that. Man, oh man, he's only 6'2". There's Jason to Ulo and Bing on the break. We did a good job over there, and Nebraska did too. They played extremely well. We did a good job of Piatkowski. We got a lot of inside cuts on them, and they ran our offense well. There we lost the ball. That was one of the few times, and Freddie should not have gone into the middle there. We talked about that right after that, and he realized it. Bing, there's Jason hits a three-pointer from the side into Ulo.
Good ball movement in this game.
See, Derek's quick. He got around. That was a great basket.
Nebraska up 3 at the half, and Hayes just keeps shooting.
Yeah, he takes it. You know, he can think of things on his own. There's Freddie. Freddie's playing lights out. He's having an All-American year, and it's just too bad. Look at that. And that was a good pass, too. And it was a great cut. See, he just left Piatkowski. There's Ulo. Bing, right there we are. Sean Jackson, he did a good job in this game. He did a good job in the game against, boy, that's a heck of a thing. He got nailed there, and he come back and got it again, see. He's only 6'2", you know.
He's tenacious.
And he's really working now. He has to work hard. There's Ulo. Look at that. And you fight him off to get that hoop.
Got that jump.
There's another good cut. Another good cut by Derek. He goes right by Chubbuck and banks her in. He had a great second half here. And there's Fred. We ran our offense. We set a good screen down there, and he did a good job. There's Piatkowski's only three-point basket. He's 1 for 4, and it was a big one down the stretch. It was a big basket.
Now, he had a quiet game.
Yeah, and there's Boone. That's the one that put him 6 up after they'd called the charge on.
This is a great shot here. Catch and pop.
Brought us right back in the game and everything, but it was a tough loss. And Danny's team played very well. They played one of the better games they've played in a long time, and we played too. We played very well.
102-96, a career high 29 points for Fred Hoiberg in that game. And Coach, you touched upon it for just a moment. Fred is not getting the publicity nationwide that he deserves, but he really is having overall an All-American season.
Well, I don't think anyone probably in the country is playing any better than Freddie is. I mean, there's 10 categories in a Big 8, and I think he's in 8 of them. And I don't think there's a player in the country could do that. He's having a Michael Jordan year, and we're just up there battling closely, but we can't get over the hump. If we had won all those games, I'm sure he would have been everything in our league, because there isn't anything that we ask of him that he doesn't do.
We're going to take a break on the Johnny Orr Show. When we come back, the overtime loss against Missouri. What a terrific ball game. Well, after the tough loss at Nebraska, Missouri comes to Hilton Coliseum. We're talking about a team that came to Ames 9-0, the surprise team of the Big 8, had won 13 straight Big 8 games. And, Coach, I don't think the Tigers were expecting to lose here, but they couldn't have come any closer to losing.
Well, thank you, Keith. No, they couldn't have, and our guys did a great job. We should have won the game, and we didn't, but we got to get back after them. We knew we were going to play them tough. We knew that, and we always play Missouri pretty tough here. And the effort was unbelievable. We just didn't shoot the ball well. We did everything else very well, and we forced them into 20 turnovers, you know. We rebounded right with them, and we really did a great job, and I felt badly for my team. If the ball goes down that Jason shoots or Sean rebounds and doesn't get fouled, why, we win the game. And it's just one of those things that we're kind of in a rut, Coach, but it's nothing, it hasn't had any effect on our team. It'll be a real test now going to Colorado.
Let's check the highlights out now of the game against Missouri, and what a terrific effort by Iowa State, and Ulo with a tough basket.
Oh, it was a great block by Freddie there to free him, and this is a strange play here. Watch Freddie on this. Watch this. This is a basket, man. That's a basket. That's a big-time basket. Made a great play there. There's a good cut by Donnell. Done stronger, but watch Freddie on this. Picked her up, put it over 3 guys, and gets fouled. And a great effort. Freddie was ready to play. He's always ready to play, but he was really strong in this game. Look at that.
Nearly fell down.
Well, they fouled him.
Right. So, I mean, he's nearly
Here's
shoved
a
to the
great
ground.
steal by Derek and a great basket. He makes a great steal. He takes it away from him again later on, misses it, and Sean follows it up. Our fans were tremendous in this game.
This is a wild play.
Here. They grabbed him there. You see him hold him? Had him right around the waist, see?
Yulo makes it go anyway. You got a 12-point lead here.
Yeah,
but
here's where we had to, that's a walk.
Yeah, he did.
See? But here's where we...
didn't take care of the ball.
Nah, we just made some mistakes here, just for the half. Just in the second half. Now, and Sean comes out. He played well in the second half. He played really well. There's Freddie. Boom, turned right around, shot her in, man. He's got confidence going now, and he's doing things. He's playing defense, he's rebounding, he's passing, shooting. And there's a great pass. And, we did a good job of running the offense, and we got the passes to our guys better than we ever have. There's Carlson, he throws it back, bang.
Hurl beats him.
Yep, Hurl hit it. I thought that might get Hurl going, and he did a good job in there when he was in there. There's out of bounds play, bing. We worked it and tied it up again.
Here's the final play. Kimbrough, does he take too long to start driving?
Too long, yeah. He had a good shot. Here's the thing, see? Found him there, see?
Coach, you're going to get another look at this, and I'm going to tell you what, you will see here that Sean Jackson is fouled. There's no question about it. The videotape is conclusive. Watch this.
Yeah, he grabbed him, see? He grabbed him, see? I can't believe that guy couldn't see that.
Officials are sometimes hesitant to make that call at the end of the game. They don't want to
the game was over there.
throw.
All he had to do is make one of the 2 free throws. Booker, who he stopped all night long, comes in and makes one. We held him down all night. And then, boy, there's a binger, man. I'll tell you what, Freddie had the feel. He knew we were going to go.
Crudup had a big overtime.
Yeah, well, that was a great pass by Booker there. They snuck out, man, and they're a good team, but he knows he fouled Sean Jackson, brother. And there's nothing you can do about it.
79-72, and Coach, this is a game, as you've said a couple of times, that certainly your team felt like it deserved to win and maybe should have had a chance to win at the end of regulation at the free throw line. Is this a hard game to bounce back from?
Well, I'm sure it is. It's going to be very difficult, particularly when we're going to Colorado.
Welcome to the Johnny Orr Show, and you know what? It's going to be a good show today, isn't it?
Well, it's going to be a fun show, I'll tell you that, Keith, because we got 2 victories this week, and we haven't had that for a while, so that's a good feeling.
Well, we like it when we have 2 victories to talk about, but Coach, you've got 2 road victories in the Big 8 to talk about. It's been 3 years since that's happened, and you have to be excited for your team.
Oh, I'm excited for them. They've been super, you know, and like we've played great basketball time and time again and come up short for so long there, and then we go to Colorado and we're all worried about the end of the game, you know, and we pull it out, and then we come in here and go to Oklahoma, and doggone, at the end there was no question we were going to win it. And they just did a fantastic job, and one of our best road games since I've ever been here.
Coach, I was with you at Oklahoma, and it just seemed like every facet of the Cyclone basketball game was working. You had the offense, of course. You scored 95 points at Oklahoma. But the thing that really impressed me, the defense was just tenacious all night long.
Yeah, we were after them.
Yeah.
And we had a tough time handling Webster a little bit and Anches, who are great individual players. But we changed the defense, went to the first half, we went to the zone a little bit, and it helped us. Then the second half, we went to triangle and 2, and it really pulled us out. What it did is slow them down, Keith. And they had to slow down, and they couldn't get it going quickly. They like to up the ball, and it was taking time off the clock. And in the meantime, they couldn't stop us at the other end. That was the good thing. We were scoring. Hurl and Freddie Hoiberg having great halves. And it was just a a time when the things have been going against us now have started to come our way, and hopefully it'll continue that way.
It feels pretty good, doesn't it?
Well, it feels better than the other way, I'll tell you that, Keith. And I'm so proud of my team and my staff. You know, it's been a tough January and February for us, and to see us come through and win these 2 games on the road has just been a tremendous lifter-upper for us, boy. It changes your whole outlook on life. It changes everything about it, and to see the kids come home on a plane and they're happy and everything is a great feeling.
You look a little younger today, I think.
Yeah, I'm not growing any more hair, though.
You look a little revitalized. We're going to talk about Colorado right now, and we'll show you the highlights from the Colorado game. And, of course, everybody's talking about Oklahoma, but maybe you needed to win at Colorado for the confidence to beat Oklahoma.
Oh, we did need it. We did need it, no question about it. Yeah, there we are. Not many people in Colorado. It's too bad. It's a tough situation for Joe. Well, there's JC. He popped that baby in. I'm going to tell you, those guys have been playing lights out all year. He and Jason, they've done a great job. There's pass, there's hurl. Now, that's his only basket in this game, but we needed it badly. And maybe now he'll finish strong here. He'll get back on track. Look at that. Well, that was a great pass into James, and James dunked it.
He's found new life, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He had a great couple games here. Just tremendous. And look at Derek Hayes. He spots those guys, and they were confused whether they're going to double team us or not. There's Donnie Boyce, and great basket. He's a great player, and he's a super player.
Coach, what does Fred Hoiberg have to do to win Big 8 Player of the Week?
I don't know what he has to do. He should have had it earlier in the year, and he didn't get it. And there he pops another one. Freddie Hoiberg's had a lights-out year, and you don't think he can do any more, and doggone, he does it again.
Look at that.
Yeah, that was a great pass from Derek, and a great play by Fred there. We had a good play there. That's Jensen from Eagle Grove, who's doing
Jensen.
a really good job for Colorado. He's doing a very good job. That was big.
Oh, explosive. Explosive jam by Derek Hayes.
Big basket by Derek. And there he goes in there again, see?
He's a good cutter.
They had a hard time guarding him, and they always will when he was moving like he should. Look at Freddie just up and pull that right up there, boy.
Breaks the tie.
That's confidence. That's confidence, see?
Breaks the tie with that shot.
2 minutes. And Boyce, God, he hit that shot. Dang it, God.
Put them back ahead.
Here's Mark. He made that free throw. He made the first one. Then we missed the second one, and we got it. And Derek's the guy that tipped that, you know. So now we're 3 up. Now they come back and make 2. Now Derek makes it, puts us 3 up again. Now there's 2. Oh, he's falling out of bounds.
He rushed the shot there.
No good. And we won that game. That was a big game for us. You're absolutely right. That was a big game for us. Get that one in the bag was terrific.
81-78, and Coach, one thing you have to give your team all kinds of credit for. You'd been in that situation several times where it was close at the end and the game just got away from you on the road.
Yeah.
And this time, the Cyclones just refused to let that happen again.
Well, we were nervous down there. We were nervous, a little shaky, everything, but played much better down the stretch at Oklahoma.
Trouble with getting out of Norman last night, and I told everybody there's no way I was not going to be back to tape the show today because I'm not missing this 2 road win Johnny Orr show.
We haven't had 2 road wins in 1994, but I'll tell you what, we had a tough trip down there, Coach. We had a hard time getting down there Tuesday night, and a very difficult time again last night getting home. And we were happy that we were able to bring Gary and Ted home and get you guys home when your plane went bad. But that's shaky when you're sitting there and, like you say, you see the fire coming out under the wings. Makes you a little nervous. You're ready to get off.
A little nervous, yeah, you bet. I figured if I'm going down, I'm going down with a road win. So it wasn't too bad. Let's talk about Oklahoma a little bit, Coach. We touched on it earlier, but you had never experienced the thrill of winning at Norman. No. Jim Hallahan took over for you ever at Oklahoma. How did that feel?
I think so. I think the big thing, as I recall there, my first 3 years here, we were just like we were in January. We had the game in the bag, and we lost it. I think once in overtime and twice at the buzzer. And after that, we run into about a 4 or 5 year tough stretch there where we couldn't be in the games. Then the last 2 years, we really been in the games, you know, and right down to the last minutes and haven't pulled them out. It looked like it was going to be that way again. And then we really got hot, played great basketball down in the last 12 minutes.
The most remarkable statistic from the game, Calvin Curry.
killing them, you see. They're trying to switch on that cut. We're killing them on that.
You spread the floor so well, the inside and outside games.
A little bang shot.
He called that. I heard it.
I heard him on the airplane.
Yeah, I heard him call it.
I called that, Coach. I said, yeah, he did. When? After it went in. So here we go. He has a great rebound there by Mark. Mark Carlson. Man, I can't say enough for him. I can't say enough for that JC. Look at that. That's big time, Coach. See him hit him there in the head. He hit Freddie right in the face.
There were some physical plays inside, too.
And Hurl got it going, boy.
He did.
He got it going, man.
5 threes again for Hurl.
He ripped it, boy. He got it really going. No hesitation. Let him go. And he's shooting them in, man.
He got 10 three-pointers against Oklahoma this year.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Not bad.
Yeah, that was a great pass. Good pass in the game. Super pass.
Hayes is making some good dishes.
Yeah. There's in a Yulo. Oh, man, that's a tough basket. Good basket.
5-point lead at the half.
Yeah. Back door, bang. That was good. He dunked that. He got fouled.
3-point play.
Yeah. That was a great pass again by Derek. And got that through there, boy.
Hoiberg really comes alive in the second half.
Oh, yeah, he and Derek both do. Sean's excited about that. Look at that. That's big time, Coach. That's All-American basketball there. Look at that. Bing. Huh. You can't ask a guy to do more than Freddie Hoiberg's doing for the Cyclones. I'll tell you that. There's a pass up the beach. Bing. No hesitation.
Down 2 when he shot that.
Yeah, Hurl can tell when he's got it going. There's another one. Boom, boom. Missed it all. Hoiberg gets it.
Good pass, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. Comes right back, though.
Nope, yeah.
Means another one. I'll tell you what, we were moving around.
Nice touch pass.
Another one.
Look at that pass by Hurl over to
Hoiberg. See? And the good thing, we're shutting them down. Tubbsy.
Sit down, Billy.
Tubbsy, boy. Our guys are happy, boy. They were thrilled. And
was that a design play?
For them, too.
Yeah. Save the ball and knock Tubbs over?
I told Tubbs is causing too much hollering to the referees. Nailed him over there. James nailed him. Like I said before, I told them there were 6 games left to win them all. We go to the NCAA, and we felt we won the Missouri game. We just didn't get credit for it. And then we won these last 2. Now we win these other 3, we can still go to the NCAA tournament. And I think we respect them all. We respect Oklahoma State and Kansas State. They've all beaten us and everything. We have the utmost respect for them. But we're going to play them, and we're not afraid of any of them.
Well, I know you have a lot of respect for our Cyclone in the Spotlight. When we return on the Johnny Orr Show, we're going to talk about the mayor. Could probably spend this entire show heaping praise on Fred Hoiberg. This is somebody that you have tremendous feelings for, not only as a player, but as a person, isn't it,
I
Coach?
do, and let me tell you something. We've held down, I've done that intentionally, you know, the praise of Freddie and everything. He's been a great player ever since he came here. And everything, because he's a local guy and he's so popular. And for the team and everything, we have never really pushed him or anything like we should have, maybe, because he's a team player and he's been in there. But this year, he's been phenomenal. He's been as good as anyone in the Big 8. There's no doubt about that, and one of the great players in the United States.
Rod Bothold is going to show you just exactly what a great year Fred Hoiberg is having.
When you watch an Iowa State basketball game, you see Fred Hoiberg do just about everything. Hoiberg once again delivers a huge three. Hoiberg, nice pass to Mikuli. This time it's short, but Hoiberg is right there.
Oh, does he have a nose for the ball?
A check of the Big 8 stat sheet shows the 6'4 junior in the top 10 in 7 of 8 categories, more than any other player in the conference. Numbers in which Fred Hoiberg takes great pride.
You know, I like to think myself as an all-around player. I think the biggest aspect of improving is my strength. And, you know, when you have that, you can play well in a lot of categories and, you know, get other players the ball and help the team in rebounding. And, you know, this team needs a lot of things right now. And, you know, I just try to help us in any way we can do.
Hoiberg has been a do-it-all player from day one at Iowa State, but this season he knew he'd have to be more of a scorer. And at 20 points a game, he's been just that.
It feels good to finally start scoring, and you know, I really work on that in my off season. In the past 2 years, you know, I've shot the ball just as well as I have in high school. It just wouldn't fall for me, and you know, now they're starting to fall for me, and it feels really good.
And many of those points have come at crucial times as Fred Hoiberg has taken over as Iowa State's go-to guy. The mayor will deal. Yes!
Feels good to be looked on, and you know, for the other players to look for at the end of the game. And you know, I just wish that we could be in more clutch situations like that. You know, where we were down one or tied at the end of the game, where I could, you know, hopefully look for the shot at the end of the game.
And the fact that there has not been more big moments has been a disappointment. But the Cyclones are starting to build momentum since the loss of Loren Meyer, and Hoiberg is proud of his team's effort.
You know, we got to give ourselves a lot of credit for hanging in there and doing what we've done. And that's playing competitive against every team with a better chance to beat most of them. You know, we could be 500 in the conference if things have gone our way.
It has been a season of struggles for the Cyclones, but Fred Hoiberg prefers to look at the positives, always thinking of the next game and next year.
If you look forward to next year, you know, which is hard to do, you know, this might have helped our team, you know, as a unit for the next year. Just the emergence of some certain players that have really stepped up their games.
But while Hoiberg does think about next year from time to time, his full focus is on the rest of this season and doing whatever he can to help the Cyclones finish strong.
I think we owe our fans. They've been coming to the games. They've kept support in us. And, you know, we owe them, I think. And to get these last 2 home games would be a big thing for us. Plus, I think that might get us in a tournament. And, you know, you never know what could happen in the Big 8 tournament also. Missouri did it last year, and hopefully we can do it this year.
And Cyclone fans know anything is possible, especially with Fred Hoiberg giving a great all-around effort every time out. I'm Rod Botholt reporting for the Johnny Orr Show.
Well, what more could you ask out of a player?
No, you can't. Coach, he rebounds, he passes, he steals the ball, he shoots him in, he guards his guy. He's a complete basketball player. And besides that, he's a heck of a kid. He's a super young man, and he's a great student, makes the All-Big 8 academic team. I think he's going to make the All-American academic team. And you can't have anyone any nicer than him on your team, I'll tell you that, that's as good as he is. And he just looks like another guy out there. When you look at him and you talk to him, you wouldn't think he could do all those things. But boy, he gets them done, and the tougher the games get, the tougher he gets.
He sure
That's
does.
a great thing about him.
He's a great one. And this week we don't have a couple of wins to talk about. We have a frustrating loss to talk about against Oklahoma State. And this is a game, again, the Cyclones just an all-out effort. And Coach, you have to be very disappointed that you just couldn't quite get over the hump.
Well, I'm disappointed because we had the opportunity. And I'm disappointed for my team because they played so well and so hard against the 20th ranked team in the country. And we come up just 2 points short. And it was our own fault, so we can't blame anyone or anything like that. But my team has played, and like you know, they're playing, and you're playing against Kansas and Kansas State in this season and going to Big 8, and we're still on a high, and that's an amazing thing to me that my team bounces back every time like this.
Coach, have you been surprised that nowhere along the way have you really been blown out? I mean, you had a team that lost its leading scorer and rebounder, and you've been able to hang in there.
Well, we could be blown out any game, you know. We could have been on the road there. We played terrific and won 2 road games. Anytime you play in this league and you're away from home, you get blown out. You saw what happened in Indiana against Minnesota up there last Sunday. And then they bounced back. They didn't play well, but they won the game against Illinois, so that's the important thing. Our team has played super basketball. I mean, if you're a fan, you can't help but enjoy the way this team has played. Myself as a coach, I love to watch them and the way they play, and I'm just sorry I couldn't get them a couple more wins.
Did you ever think you'd see a time late in the season where you had more Big 8 road wins than you had wins at home?
No, I never dreamed of that. No, Keith, I never did.
It is hard to believe. Of course, you've still got Kansas State and Kansas, although we're taping this show right before the game against Kansas, and we will be showing highlights of the Kansas game a little later. But right now, let's go to the videotape of the Oklahoma State game, and you're going to see a phenomenal effort by Hurl Beachum off the bench in this contest.
That was a good pass, Derek, to Freddie, and Freddie pumped her in. A lot of confidence over to Freddie again, back to Jason.
There's Derek Hayes.
Derek Hayes popped her in there, and he's playing lights out. Eulo, he's done a terrific job there. Jason, he's playing much better, as you know now. He's playing more and doing a good job there. We fronted him too high there, Yulo did. But yeah, the thing about this, the last 4 or 5 minutes, he never made a basket or anything in the game on Yulo. That was a great pass by Derek to Yulo, and he scores on the big guy, and might have even got fouled. JC,
nice
beautiful pass.
Oh, he's a good
beautiful pass in there. The two of them had 13 assists, Jason and JC. There's Hurl now. Once he gets it going, boy, he can get it going. I hope he can get it going the rest of the year and all the games now. Being good cut and good pass there again, man. Good play. We're playing lights out, Coach. There's Hurl. There's a great basket. That's a great basket. He might have gotten fouled a little bit there.
There was contact. 3-point lead for the Cyclones at the half.
That's a good steal. Sean Jackson. Bingo. That was great. Sean's been doing a good job, too. I'm not mad at any of them. There's Derek. That's big time, Coach. He went right in there and dunked that ball. And if he hadn't gotten hurt, it might have been a different story, too. You know, you can't tell. There's Freddie, no good. Yulo tips it back in. Good play with the big guy in there. There he goes. You can see how fast Derek is. He just pulls right away from those guys on the steal. There's Yulo. This is a great basket. Super basket. And, we did everything good. Then we set the play up. Carlson and Fred set great blocks, and boom, boy, Hurl knocked it in. And there over in the corner, bang, knocked another one down.
Got loud in there, didn't it?
Oh, the fans are great. They're terrific, and there's no way. Yeah, look at that.
Oh.
Boy, that's just tough luck, Coach.
That's hard for you to watch, isn't it?
That's just tough luck. There, Yulo puts that in there and gets fouled, and he gets a 3-point play on this. Only 2 baskets, 3-pointers he made after the first couple of minutes of the game. Which sets to pick up. Bang! Freddie does another great job on the screen there, and Hurl's knocking him down, boy. I don't know what happened there.
It's hard to see.
Yeah, I've looked at it, but he missed the biggest thing there. We didn't get back fast enough. He missed the shot. Freddie could have made that. It would have been impossible for him to make that shot. But it was a great game, and 2 teams really gave fans a lot of enjoyment, and it's too bad we failed at the end, Coach.
83-81, and a great game off the bench. 20 minutes of action, 25 points for Hurl Beecham. Coach, you've been telling us on the Johnny Orr Show for a couple years that this young man could explode at any moment, and he's shown some real signs of that this year, hasn't
Well, he has. He's exploded a lot. His confidence level is high. Now Derek Hayes and he and Freddie and Yulo all scoring a lot, and other guys complimenting them. So we're a good basketball team. We just got to, if we could beat Kansas, down at Kansas, that'd be a miracle. Seniors night, they haven't lost a game in 27 years there on seniors night. And we come home, we could beat Kansas State, get on a high, go in that tournament, and do some good in there.
Well, it's hard for me not to get a little emotional during the commercial break. Coach Orr recognized it was my birthday today and gave me a card here that said he was going to give me a lot of money, but couldn't scrape enough money out of the mall fountain before the mall security hauled him away.
Yeah.
So
I almost got put in jail trying to get you a little more money, Keith.
It's the thought that counts, Coach.
Well, that's okay. I'm happy you enjoyed that.
I appreciate it. Actually, you gave me 3, but I better just tell him about that one.
No, don't tell him.
Yeah, I appreciate those, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to show highlights now of the Kansas game, and of course we're taping this right before you play at Kansas, so we don't know the outcome. So would you like to try to put some good karma, some good vibes towards this story we're about to hear?
Well, I hope you see some good plays by us. I think you will. I think we'll come out there really determined to do a good job and everything. I feel as good at going to Kansas as I've ever felt going there. And the bad thing, Scott's well again. And we should have gotten there a couple, 3 weeks ago when they were having problems. But it should be a good basketball game. I certainly hope it is, and I hope our fans are proud of our team.
We're going to find out right now. Here's Jeff Grummer with the highlights. Come on, Jeff.
It was a Kansas curtain call for the Jayhawks' last home game of the season. But early on, Iowa State stole the show. Fred Hoiberg with the jam. Then it's Derek Hayes with the putback as the Cyclones led 8-4. Add a Hoiberg 3, and it was 11-5 Iowa State. But Kansas kept coming. Sean Pearson with the Jayhawk hammer as KU closed the gap. Still, this Hoiberg drive puts Iowa State in front 15-13. Then Fred with 3 more of his game-high 26 as the Cyclones stick around. But on the other end, B.J. Williams completes the alley-oop. The Jayhawks led it by 8. Then the hot hand went to Hurl as Beecham belts a 3. But Kansas was also cruising from the outside. Jacques Vaughn free for 3 as the Jayhawks led it 48-33 at the break. In the second half, Julius Mikuli gets the Cyclones back on track with 2 of his 22, but the Jayhawks were flying high. Scott Pollard with the inside stuff. Kansas led 67-44. Joe Moderman countered from the outside with a Cyclone 3, but Richard Scott finished with a career-high 24 points as the Jayhawks go out in style, beating the Cyclones 97-79. This is Jeff Grummer reporting for the Johnny Orr Show.
Well, hard as it is to believe, Coach, we're nearing the end of the season here.
Yeah.
We've got one more Johnny Orr show after this, if you can believe it, because it seems
Went
like
fast.
it goes so
Well,
fast.
it was exciting. It was exciting. The games have been exciting.
Oh, they've been terrific. And I know you've been very proud of this team.
Oh, I
This
have.
is a
Yeah.
team
I'll never forget this team, Coach.